Since the passing of legislation allowing amateur athletes to profit off of their name, image, and likeness, we've seen a number of college athletes signing big money endorsement deals, including high school basketball prospect Mikey Williams, who signed a deal with Excel that is expected to generate millions for the student athlete. RC, do you like, love, or hate these big paydays for amateur athletes?
I absolutely love it. I mean, because not everybody gets an opportunity to make it to the pros. And even some of these kids that you see, like a Mikey Williams or Bryce, who's now going to be the starting quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide, it's not guaranteed that they get to the NBA. It's not guaranteed that they make it to the NFL or that they're first round picks. And so if they have an opportunity to profit right now, to change their family's circumstances, their circumstances right now, then why not? Especially if they're going to be separate entities or entities that they play under that make money using them, that make money using their likeness, that make money selling tickets because people are coming to see their talents. And so to me, this was a great decision by the NCAA or by the government that forced the NCAA into this. If you're a guy like Mikey Williams, who has a million Instagram followers, who is one of the most highly sought after social media high school athletes in the world, and you can use this to have an opportunity to put money in your pocket, to put money in your bank account, then absolutely you should do it. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. All these athletes have this today. They're blown out knees, they're bad situations, they're terrible circumstances. And so to see some of these young men have an opportunity to capitalize, there is no way as a former student athlete that I would ever say this is a bad thing.
No, it's a great thing, and I love the situation for the simple fact that now it's not only just making money to put in your account for now, but some of these guys are going to make life-changing money, right? That, like, you know, this is the problem that I have with guys not being able to come out of high school no more, right? You're able to start jobs. You're able to start working at the age of 16. Why do you have to go through a certain step of process if you're ready to go start a job? But here it is. I'm just upset. I'm highly upset that I was born too early, because I was one of those highly recruits, and I went to Mikey Williams games before. My sons play AAU right now, and they don't look up to LeBron James. They don't look up to Kevin Durant. They don't look up to Russell Westbrook. They look up to Mikey Williams. When I went to his game, it was so crazy to see how kids from the age of 9 through 16 were acting like this is their hero. So to watch this happen and for the landscape to change and for these guys to get paid is a tremendous thing to see, because I was in those trenches. I was part of the Texas basketball when me and Chris Bosh went head-to-head at the University of Texas, still to this day hold the record for the biggest crowd ever in UIL history, and we didn't get a dime. And I know they made a whole lot of money off of us, and me and Chris Bosh were the top 2 recruits in the state of Texas at the time. So to watch this happen right before our eyes I'm happy for Mikey Williams and all the kids that are coming too. As soon as we get off of air, I'm going to train with my kids to make sure that they're going to be ready to make the life-changing money, so I don't have
double sessions, triple sessions. Perk's going to come out there, get your Gatorade ready.
Yeah, whether it's Bryce Young or Mikey Williams, or if it's a kid that has an opportunity to set up a situation where he has relationships if he doesn't make it to the league. So many of these kids and so many of this has been focused on money, but it also should be focused on opportunity. It also should be focused on putting yourself in conversations with the correct people in the right rooms in order to further yourself as you grow, right? To give you other opportunities at careers. I have a son who is in college now, who I can be honest, he doesn't necessarily need to go out and try to make the most money he can make. So his mom and we all sat down and I said, what do you want to do when football ends? And those are the relationships you should be seeking. Those are the relationships that should be important to you. Those are the calls. Those are the emails. Those are the conversations that you should be having. And so is it not absolutely excellent that these guys can make money, right? And like in Mikey Williams' situation, life-changing money, absolutely. But it is now giving athletes the opportunity to kind of recoup some of the things they miss when they're doing the athlete part of the student thing. Because while they're at practice, while they're traveling for games, these other people are having opportunities. These other people are having opportunities to start their careers.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.